Nick Walker 2023 Arnold Classic or Nick Walker 2025 Pittsburgh Pro? Which one was his very best? Obviously, in terms of placing, neither one of these two. He placed second at the Arnold to Samson Dauda, second at the Pittsburgh to Derek Lunsford. If you talk to a lot of people, though, they would suggest that he won both of these events. And Nick Walker has been consistently robbed. You know the same old story. But first or second place, these two versions are some of the very best that Nick Walker ever brought to the bodybuilding stage. Now, food for thought, this is a fan request. Get it up to 300 likes if you want to see the other, well, two requests anyway, that made it to over 10%. But anyway, on with the comparison. Which version do I like better? Well, the bicep peaks, they're a little more pointy, I guess you could say, at the Arnold. He's holding his wheels a little bit different, so sizing, it can be an issue. But if I had to guess, I would say that these two versions are exactly the same. Close to being the same body weight, I would suggest, and condition as well. I mean, I really do think that these two versions are very similar. But I mean, let's go through the shots and then we'll decide. Okay. Now the front lat spread, whether this is just the footage being so much different, I think it's a lineup, it's pan back. I think it's pan back for both, which depending on how close the camera is, it really can distort the picture itself. And either way, he is posing differently. He's flexing his abs, I think, at the Arnold. And I honestly think he's maybe better in terms of the pose anyway. At the Pittsburgh, he's opening up a little bit more. Of course, his midsection lacks that separation. But overall, we're kind of ignoring the front lat spread. Turn to the side for the side chest pose, and I may have jumped the gun a little bit by thinking that these two versions were exactly the same. Now it could be down to simply the way he is posing. Obviously he's twisting more at the Pittsburgh, he's opening up a little bit more. But if I had to guess, I would say his midsection looks a little bit too full at the, and no, not Ron too full. Looks a little too full at the Arnold Classic. Maybe not quite as good as condition, but look at even his facial expression. I don't know if he's really flexing his hardest here, or if he's into the pose. But I guess that's kind of just making an excuse. I do prefer Pittsburgh Pro, absolutely. Now the side tricep, this is a little bit difficult. Again, it's one of those pan back pictures, and it's difficult to size it. Having said that, I think this is another one like the frontable biceps, where it is basically the exact same version caught at a different angle. Could be the exact same version. I wouldn't even know. But I wouldn't trick you guys like that. Now that's the front, that's the side. Let us go to the back. And wouldn't you know, looks like he's doing the splits at the Arnold. And he is standing much taller at the Pittsburgh. And we all noticed how tall he was compared to Derek Lunsford. And I always say, takes the height away when you spread your legs open. And the funny thing is, he was against Samson Dauda, who was tall, so you'd think he would want to look his tallest. And against Derek, who's shorter, he's trying to make himself look, I think he should just always make himself as tall as he can. But condition, muscle size, all of that, it is basically the same version, guys. Look at the glutes, hamstrings. He's peeled in both of these renditions of himself. So that's the back lat spread. Are we going to get any luck for the... No luck for the rear double bi. He's doing the exact same thing. So obviously there's some people at home scratching their heads thinking that, I perhaps missized this one because it's the same bloke. He's bending at the knees. He can fly one of those drones right between those legs at the Arnold. He could not do that at the Pittsburgh. Now, back for back, sizing, it's going to be impossible. I think if I made him a little bit larger at the Arnold, I think that would be too big. But the sizing that I do have here, the backs look about the exact same. Thickness, hard grainy nature, condition wise. And for those of you thinking, if he's just standing still, that's not progress. Well, it is. He had that hamstring tear or whatever he tore there, hurt his leg going into the Olympia. Then he had a rough one there. He took some fake gear and that set him back. So even to be back at his prime, I think that's doing good. Now here's the abs and thigh, in which case I'd give it to the Arnold Classic. His abs themselves are better. The ab muscles, each individual one, looks a little bit. Look at the second one down on the left side. It'd be on his right side. Second one down looks a little bit larger than it used to. More symmetrical back in the day. That and his lats are a little bit better, I think, at the Arnold. So, take your pick. There's a couple of shots here for the Pittsburgh, couple of shots there for the Arnold, this being one, the abs and thigh. And here's the most muscular, another one, impossible to size. I get a kick out of the facial expressions here. One he's going, ooh, and the other one he's going, Izz. So it is kind of funny. But bending at the knees a little bit, spreading eagle, and if I was him, I wouldn't do that quite so much. It seemed like he was doing it a lot at the Arnold Classic. Spreading them legs. I don't think he ever did that before or after. And here is the final say on this. Nick Walker. Hard to tell when he's not, he doesn't have the legs posing the same way, but it seems like he does here. And we can gauge that he is larger now. I would say a couple of pounds anyway. Few pounds bigger. Midsection as well, but I guess that goes along with the territory. Looks a little wider in the shoulders. Could be the way he's posing. He's about to hit a crab position maybe at the Arnold. But either way, look at the arm, look at the delt, look at the chest. He's just bigger and more jacked. And the midsection a little larger too. So, depending on what you prefer, it is Nick Walker after all. He's not Frank Zane. He's not Sean Ray. So I guess your best bet is going to be the biggest, most striated, most conditioned Nick Walker. Let me know in the comment section below. Is he getting better? I think he is. I'm a huge fan. I think he's going to be at his all-time best at the Mr. Olympia this year. Then we will dare to compare. I like that old 2021 Arnold Classic version too. That was good too, wouldn't it? Have a great one, folks.